Hello, this is an independent review from a.applications.com, and today we're taking a look at Tamagatchi L.i.f.e, L.i.f.e for Love is Fun Everywhere. So that's what it stands for, and this is based off of the very famous physical device that was known as a Tamagotchi, where essentially you're taking care of a thing, you're raising it, feeding it, all this crazy stuff, and you're providing it with life, essentially. So you can see here on the main menu, it's colorful. You have options. You can adjust music, sound effects, notifications. You can even sign in through Facebook and get the ad-free version, because this is just the ad-based version for free. Touching to start here, you're going to get a tutorial about the interface here. It's very much so like it bases it off of the interface of the real Tamagotchi here. So you have a call signal. You have the ability to take care of it in multiple ways, and you have to kind of do all these crazy things to it. So we're going to go ahead and start here and go off with our generation 1, so you can pick between gen 1 gen 2 based on your Tamagotchi here. So that said, here's my Tamagotchi. I can then play around with it. You can see here it's still in its eggs. It has to be hatched, it has to be taken care of, and all of that. So you can mess around with it here. You can see it's hatched now. We have the Tamagotchi here, and you can do all sorts of things here in the interface. So like I said, you can see right now the current time. You can see all these different stuff here, and you can also go on the top to adjust things like we can open that real quick. Sorry, you can see things like searching here, so you can or not search, but kind of examining the Tamagotchi, so you can get a little bit more in depth here, and you can do things like feeding it here. So I can give it a meal, for example, in this case toast, it looks like. So feed my Tamagotchi. I can play with the Tamagotchi. I can do all these crazy things. So this is just what is basically getting into the examine mode, or just zooming into the actual Tamagotchi world there. You can take a snapshot on the top right, as well as do a couple other things in the top here. So you also have this new menu to take a gallery. So this are listed separately in each version. You can select wallpapers for each generation. So if you want to go in the gallery and change the look and feel of your Tamagotchi experience. Now, getting into the pros and cons. Pros, it's a really cool way to relive an old physical device via your mobile iPhone. It's definitely a really cool experience. Number 2, it really kind of sticks true to that old Tamagotchi style. It even has Gen 1, Gen 2, so you can definitely look into that. And 3, it provides a really cool, retro experience. It's just one of those nostalgic factors overall. But getting into the cons, 1, it's ad-based, so there's tons of ads everywhere. 2, I mean, you can pay for that, of course, to remove it. But 2, the interface is a little bit clunky. I think they could have done a better job here in terms of making the buttons and making the tutorial much more fluid. And 3, it's not for everybody, definitely. I mean, if you don't like old school graphics, if you weren't a fan of Tamagotchi, then I don't think you're going to be much of a fan of the actual application. It is definitely a niche market out there for people who want to really relive that old school Tamagotchi in a sense. But nonetheless, if you want to check it out, it is free, so it's worth checking out. And if you really like it, you can choose to remove the ads via in-app purchases and get the full version. This is Tamagatchi L.i.f.e, L.i.f.e. You can check that out in the App Store today.